Hello, in this lab we shall be setting up an account and the password expiry information. Now we're going to be making use of CentOS in order to create this account. Now we have a user Samsung. We shall create Samsung's account using the following information. We use the user art command and we set an expiry date for Samsung to be the 30th of July. Yes, and Samsung. So with this we create the user as Samsung. Now this is done. Now we want to check the various details of Samsung's account using the charge command. Now it shows here that the last password change was April 30th, 2026, and the expiry date when his account expires will be June 29th, 2026 based on our expiry date up here. So we can now change the expiry date for Samsung's accounts using the user mode command. We take sudo user mode. Now this lab is basically to show you how much changes you can make to users expiry date in cases where these need to always change the password. You can set expiry dates for each user such that when the expiry date passes, the user is warned before the password expires, and once it expires the user has to change their password. So we have this. Now once this is changed, we check the details for Samsung's account again. Now we see this has changed. Instead of expiring at June 29, now it expires at July 30th. Meaning that before July 30th, Samsung is going to be warned for 7 days, and once the password expires, his account is automatically locked until he changes his password. Now we can digitally assign a password to Samsung's account and then force him to change the password on his first login. Now we will change the password for Samsung. We'll set a password for Samsung. Let's say Sam. These other things. Now the password for Samsung has been updated. But then now we can ensure that Samsung sets a new password once he tries to log in. Now once this is done, we check the details for Samsung's account. Now it shows now Samsung must change his password upon login. Last password change, passwords must be changed. Yes, now when we try to log into Samsung, we now log into Samsung's account using the switch user command. Okay, we'll ask for a current password. Now we have to create a new password. Like we mentioned earlier, the -e command when after creating Samsung's password was meant that once Samsung wants to log in, Samsung changes his password immediately for security purposes. So changing the password for Samsung Now, okay, we see details of the number of the failed login attempts. So we can see if an attacker was trying to get into Samsung's account with this kind of number of failed logins, it's supposed to be flagged as a security, an attempt to a security breach. Then we'll move forward generally. Now we are in Samsung's account. Now we can exit this, and also there is a way for us to set an account and password expiry data plus the inactivity period for which the account will be inactive after the password has expired, and a warning period of about 5 days. Now in order to set this, we can set clear details about any account we have, or when once creating it or after it has been created, we can set these details. Now let's exit from Samsung and give Samsung different account information. So we use the charge. Now we set a period of 5 waiting days. That is, Samsung has a minimum of 5 days to change his password. After that, can only change his password after 90 days. And an inactivity period of 2 days, and a warning period of 5 days before the expiration of Samsung's account. Okay, we seem to have an issue with that. Let's review it. We have -m for minimum days, we said 5, maximum days we said 90, and an inactivity period, okay, that's supposed to be a capital I. That's where we had an issue. Then warning period 5 days. Our user Samsung. This will work. Okay, this works. So we now check the various account details for Samsung. Now we see that the last password change was today. The password expires on the 29th of July. Then the password is inactive for as from July 31st. That is after the 2-day period. Now the account expires actually on July 30th, and we have maximum days between password change 5. Minimum days between password change 5, maximum number of days between password change 90. Now we have number of days of warning before password expires. We have 5 days, and that is how you can change details about an account or the account's password for a particular user on a system that is being used probably in an enterprise or personally, to ensure that your passwords are being changed often in order to maintain the security and ensure that your password is continuously changing to reduce the form of attack at any point in time.